Hello, everybody out there. So for today's video, I wanted to do a video on ketosis and the ketogenic diet. Reason being is that I recently had someone ask me about it. They said that they were thinking about starting it, kind of wanted to hear my opinion, so thought I would do a video on it. Ironically enough, I did a video on this about 5 years ago, and it's really funny how my mindset's changed a little bit, and also just the fact that I'm doing a video on it again. I always say that my videos are going to be kind of short and to the point. Normally they don't turn out that way, but today it's definitely going to be that way. It's going to be kind of a shorter video. Reason being is I feel like everyone and their mom has heard of the ketosis diet, and so I really don't feel like just putting a bunch of information out there into the universe that you can literally Google, because if you haven't Googled what keto is, literally go Google it. You get the quick idea. So basically for this video, I wanted to run through like the quick, not the Google definition, but my definition. So the quick, what is keto, pros and cons, and then my experience, and go from there, just so that I can answer somebody's question and kind of give a little bit of insight from doing like a keto diet, as I've done it a couple times, especially when I first started getting into fitness. So what is ketosis? So ketosis is essentially when your body stops using carbohydrates or sugar, or basically sugar, carbohydrates, whether it's from pasta, bread, fruits, whatever. And it starts utilizing fats, and it's burning fats to give your body fuel. So whether it's fat from, I don't care if it's from bacon or avocado, whatever it is, it's using that fat and it's converting it into energy in a process called ketogenesis, and that is essentially why it's called the keto diet or ketosis. So that's kind of like the quick gist. Essentially speaking, like I said, it's literally just your body not burning carbs to fuel your brain, and it is ketones that are being converted from fat, that your brain can actually use these ketones to run your brain and run your body so that you don't die. Because obviously if your body primarily likes to run on sugar and you take away all the sugar or carbs, it does put you in a state where your body's not going to run as optimally. But if you have your fats high enough, then your body, like I said, is going to convert the fat into ketones, and you're going to run just fine, happy, hunky-dory. Obviously, I've heard before people say that you can run on like extra proteins, but that's not necessarily true, because proteins eventually can convert in your liver to carbohydrates or glucose, which is basically the broken down form of sugar. So even with a lot of protein, you're still going to be running off of glucose or sugar. So you really have to just have more fats so that your body runs off of fats. Okay, so one real quick thing I will say about ketogenic diets or ketosis is a lot of people think that because you're in ketosis or you're doing a ketogenic diet, you're burning more fat, like literally like body fat, than you would be on any other type of diet. This is not true. You're not tapping into your actual fat stores more fast or more rapidly than you would be any other type of diet. Your body is literally just using fat in your body to literally function, run, and not die. So you're not burning fat any faster than you would be, on an actual like regular diet, regardless of what type of diet it is. So let's get into the pros and cons real quick. So pros of a ketogenic diet. Pro number one, you're not going to have like insulin level spikes in your body. So basically when you have a big sugary meal and you eat a bunch of sugar, whatever type of sugar it is, I really don't care, or carbohydrates, your insulin level is going to go up, your insulin level is going to come back down unless you keep on having a bunch of sugar, and you're going to have like those mood swings, those energy swings, and those are not going to be obviously fun. I'm sure we've all experienced that, where you kind of like get sweaty or hot, where you just feel like shit after you eat a bunch of sugar. It's because your insulin levels are going up and then crashing back down. So the positive thing about ketosis is that you're not really going to get that effect, because you're not going to have insulin level spikes, because when you take in a bunch of fats and you're in ketosis, your insulin level pretty much stays the same. So you're not going to have those rises and falls like you do with traditional like carbohydrates. So obviously that's one pro. Another big pro is when you are taking in or doing a ketogenic diet, it does kind of blunt some of your hunger. I know it sounds kind of funky, but the reason being is a lot of times you're having a lot of fats when you're on ketosis. And to be 100% honest, when you're having a lot of fats, it makes your stomach feel more full. So literally a big pro of doing a ketogenic diet is a lot of times you're going to feel more full. So you're not going to be craving as much food. You're not going to be as hungry. So it's an easier diet to maintain in that respect, because obviously one of the hardest parts of doing a diet is that you do feel hungry a lot of the times. But with ketosis, you don't have that problem as much because, well, obviously fats are making your stomach feel full, so you feel full. Now if you're killing yourself and you're doing way too low calories and a ketogenic diet, then obviously you're probably still going to be hungry because, well, you're starving yourself, so don't do that. So those are pretty much all the pros that I really have. I'm not going to lie to you. Oh, sorry, there's one more pro. One more pro is some people, not everybody, I think it's person by person. Ketogenic diets can help you have more energy than when you do a low carb diet or just a regular diet in general, because obviously when you have lower carbs and you're not in ketosis, or if you have lower calories, then you're gonna have a lower energy like base or pool to pull from. So sometimes some people say that they have higher energy levels with ketosis. So that's one more pro. As far as cons of doing a ketogenic diet, well, one of the biggest cons in my honest opinion is that at the end of the day, you're not going to be able to optimize muscle growth or muscle gain or strength doing a ketogenic diet. The reason being, to be 100% honest with you, is you'd have to have your protein at a high enough level to be able to either maintain or build lean muscle mass or strength. With a ketogenic diet, unfortunately, you're not really able to do that. Reason being is that in ketosis, they usually want you to have between 80 to 90% of your calories coming from fats and the other 10 to 20% coming from protein. So on a logical level, you're not going to have very much protein in your diet. So with that being said, you're not going to be able to really build. You're not really going to be able to build lean muscle mass. You're not really going to be able to build strength or really maintain your muscle mass that you have. I'm not saying that you're going to shrivel down if you are someone who's a bodybuilder or trying to put on lean muscle mass if you do a ketogenic diet to lean down. But I am telling you that long term, it is not really a sustainable diet to be able to hold on to lean muscle mass and actually like get stronger or bigger. So it's definitely one of those like use intermittently if you're someone who's trying to like put on lean muscle mass. Another big con that I do have with ketosis or a ketogenic diet is like the exact opposite of the last pro, is that sometimes, myself included, my energy level is just dog shit. I don't feel good doing it. I don't feel full. I never felt good doing ketosis. It was never a diet that really worked for me. I tried it a couple times just to make sure that I was doing it correctly, and no matter how I manipulated it, it just did not work for my body. I didn't feel good doing it. My brain was usually pretty foggy, and people will tell you, oh, it's because you didn't have enough fats, or oh, you really weren't in ketosis. But unfortunately, I definitely was, and I still felt like shit. So I really think that's like the pro that's actually a con for me personally, and I think for other people out there as well, is that unfortunately sometimes when you do the diet, it can put you in a state where you don't have as much energy as you'd like to have. And so I think it really, because again, it's person dependent, so everybody's going to have a different reaction to being on the diet. So that's another one of the cons. To kind of get a little bit further into it, what I wanted to like really kind of like bring to the forefront is kind of like my opinion on it. I've kind of given you my experience. Personally, it usually took me anywhere between 72 hours and about 1 week to get into ketosis. Everyone's going to have a different like amount of time it takes. It's going to take at least usually 3 days. It might take you a little bit more, a little bit less. It really is dependent. If someone tells you it's going to take you 3 weeks, 4 weeks to get into ketosis, they're full of shit. It's not going to take you that long, but it might take you between 72 hours and 1 week, to be 100% honest. As far as how you know you're in ketosis, that's another like quick little thing I'd like to point out, is that you're going to kind of like feel a difference in your energy levels usually. Usually once you get into ketosis, your energy levels are going to like lift a little bit. You're not going to feel as foggy or shitty. Again, like I said though, in my case, I felt shitty the whole time. I never got out of the foggy shit spot that I was in. So again, it's very individual. But for most people, if you're truly in ketosis, then what that's going to end up doing is going to put you in like a more of like a mental clarity space than you were when you were getting into it. You're going to feel better. You're going to have more energy. Another thing that I really wanted to say is that I kind of skipped over at the beginning, so I apologize. I said as far as like what ketosis was, but not really how to get into it. Again, you can Google it, but to give like the quick information, I know I'm kind of jumping around a little bit more because I really feel like some of this is really like easy to Google, but just in case it's not and you are watching it this far, then at least I can tell you like how to do it. The whole idea of ketosis is you want to get your carbohydrates below 30 grams. They're going to tell you, or a lot of people are going to tell you that you're not supposed to have any, and that's the truth, is like you're really not supposed to have any direct sources of carbohydrates, so you're cutting out like breads, pastas, all that kind of stuff, fruits too. Usually you're going to get them as like secondary carb sources. So what that means is like you're going to get them from vegetables or other foods that you're eating. You're going to have secondary carbs that come into your body from those food sources. So you're not taking in direct carbs. So if you're tracking your carbohydrates to see if you're going to be able to get into ketosis, your overall carbs, maybe even your net carbs, to be 100% honest, your net carbs need to be under 50, and your overall like regular direct carbs, like not net carbs, need to be below 30 to actually be in a state of ketosis where your body actually is there. Another quick thing that I'd like to say as far as like my thought process on it is there's a lot of people out there that are going to try and sell you supplements or products that are going to help you get into ketosis. I'm going to tell you right now, there is not a damn thing that you can take on this planet that'll get you into ketosis faster. That's bullshit. There's no supplement you can take after a high carbohydrate meal or carbohydrate weekend of eating whatever the fuck you want that's going to get you back into ketosis. That's not how it works. Now, obviously, I'm going to jump around a little bit again, so if you can follow with me on the circle that I go. Obviously, if you have one high carbohydrate meal, it's not going to bump you out of ketosis. If you have one. Now, if you have a weekend full of it, yeah, you're going to get bumped out of ketosis and you're going to be back into your body burning carbohydrates and not burning fats. If you have one high carbohydrate meal, you're fine. Now, if you have one after the other every single day, no, you're screwed again. So don't do that. But I'm telling you, one meal's okay, but no product in the world are you going to be able to eat as much carbs as you want for as long as you want, take a product and get right back into ketosis. That's not how it works. Another thing I'm going to tell you, people will say, hey, take this product, it's ketones, whatever, and it'll help you be in ketosis or burn fat faster. That's all bullshit. They'll tell you, hey, take this product, pee on this stick, and if you're in ketosis, you'll have this level of ketones in your body. That's bullshit. Why is it bullshit? It is bullshit because when you're in ketosis, if you're exercising, whether it's just cardio, lifting weights, hopefully a little bit of both, when you are utilizing ketones in your body's going to be burning them to be able to do those exercises, to be able to keep your body running, to make sure your brain doesn't fucking die. So when you go to pee and you're actually in ketosis without a ketosis supplement, you will not have any ketones, if at all. Like, you might have very minuscule amounts, if any at all, ketones in your pee, in your bloodstream. So when you pee on that strip, there really shouldn't be any if you're not taking a supplement. Why? Because your body's utilizing them and burning them to do the cardio, to lift the weights, to make sure your brain doesn't fucking die and that you're able to keep breathing. So when you go to pee on it, there should almost be none. So I'm telling you, if someone's telling you, hey, take the supplement, it puts you in ketosis, if you don't believe us, pee on this stick, it'll show that you're in ketosis. That's bullshit. It's more supplements that people are trying to push at you that really don't do what they say they're going to do. Sure, they might give you more energy because there's caffeine and whatever the fuck else in there. But at the end of the day, there is no supplement that's going to put you in ketosis, make you burn more fat in ketosis, or do any other crazy shit like to get you there, get you back there, prove that you're in ketosis. No, at the end of the day, like, if you're in ketosis and you go pee on a strip, you're not going to have any ketones in your body because you're burning most of them, if not all of them. I'm telling you all this from personal experience. I've done the ketogenic diet a couple of times. I tried it, I think about 2 times actually, to be honest, because I wanted to make sure the first time I did it, I didn't do it incorrectly. Both times, I peed on the stupid stick and I had no ketones, or almost no ketones in my bloodstream, or in my urine, I guess, excuse me. But either way, I'm telling you, if you're in ketosis, you're not gonna have ketones to pee out because you're burning them so you don't die. As far as like my recommendations, I think that the biggest and most important thing is that at the end of the day, if you're trying to like lose weight, it doesn't matter what type of diet you do. Whether you're trying to, like, if you're trying to lose weight, to be point blank, at the end of the day, it's calories in versus calories out. Really what you need to do is you need to figure out, you can literally Google it, calorie amount that I should have, or how many calories a day should I have. You'll put in your information and it'll usually give you a pretty accurate amount of calories you should have based on your age, weight, sex, gender, all this other stuff. So really losing weight comes again like to calories out versus calories in, or calories in versus calories out. So how you go about it is really up to you. What I will say to you though is people are going to tell you, oh, ketogenic burns fat. And I'll tell you, I fell into the same trap where I was like, oh, if I want to lose more fat faster, I should do a ketogenic diet because it burns fat, right? But what I can tell you is that you're not going to burn any more fat, like body fat, if you're on a ketosis diet or if you're on any other type of diet. At the end of the day, it's all based again on calories in versus calories out. So to go get a calorie tracker, see how many calories you should have, see how many calories you're burning, put it all in a little calculator, follow the amount of calories that it has, watch your fucking calories, and go from there. Like, as long as the calories that you're burning from cardio, lifting weights, your daily like movements and all that kind of shit are more than what you're putting in your mouth and swallowing, then at the end of the day, you'll lose weight, regardless of if it's a ketogenic diet or any other type of diet. So don't let someone sell you on one diet being better than any other diet, because at the end of the day, I'm going to tell you, and I have a whole video on this that I will put out at some point in time whenever I get around to it. It's already filmed and done. At the end of the day, the best type of diet, the best type of workout program is going to be one that you can stick with, one that you can tolerate, and hopefully one that you kind of enjoy. So if you try or want to try the ketogenic diet, literally again, you can follow what I said, get your carbs below 30 grams of carbs and 50 grams of net carbs. You're going to want to have your protein to be about 20% of your calories, and you're going to want your fats to be about the other 80 to 90%. So if you want to try it, go try it, see how you feel. Give it a good solid like week or two to make sure that you're actually in ketosis, you're kind of vibing with it, see how you feel. And if you get into ketosis, because like, again, you won't feel like shit anymore after the first like 3 days to 1 week, try it for 30 days. See how your results go. See how you feel. If you hate it, if you don't like it, then you're not going to want to keep doing it. So that's the point in time I would switch. Again, at the end of the day, the best diet is going to be one that obviously is something that you enjoy doing, at least a little bit. You don't hate it with all your might, and something that you'll stick with. One more thing that I want to throw out there real quick for the actual video. If you're someone who's trying to put on lean muscle mass or get stronger or maintain a decent amount of lean muscle mass, in my humble opinion, the ketogenic diet is not going to be the best diet out there. The reason being, for a true ketogenic diet, you need your fats to be about 80 to 90% of your calories, and you need your proteins to be about 10 to 20%. So for the average person who's trying to put on lean muscle mass, or the average person who's trying to maintain lean muscle mass, it's not going to be the most ideal because you're not going to have enough protein, in my humble opinion, to be able to put on lean muscle mass effectively, or to be able to hold on to lean muscle mass effectively. Because 10 to 20% of your calories coming from protein is going to be way below that like golden standard of 1 gram of protein per 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight, or 1.5 per pound of like lean body weight. So you're not really going to be able to hit that number. So putting on like lean muscle mass or strength is not really going to be that possible. Okay, so that is my quick, way too long of a quick video. That's what I got for the ketogenic diet, ketosis. If anybody has any questions on this topic, feel free to reach out. It's definitely one of those things where it can be a little kind of funky when you first try it. So again, if anybody has any questions about it, any other questions about fitness, life, relationships, whatever else you want to ask about, please feel free to reach out. At the end of the day, the whole point of doing these videos, doing these live streams, is to help 100 million people. I'm going to keep saying that because that is the whole name of the game for what I am trying to accomplish within these videos and these live streams. At the end of the day, the best way I can do that is for people to I literally sounded like a fucking goob right there, is to share my content. What I was going to say, I mixed up two things. I'm never going to ask somebody to like or to like subscribe to my stuff. If you want to do that, it's awesome. If you want to do that, it makes you feel good. If you want to be able to follow my stuff, that's great. If you want to support me, it's awesome. Never going to say don't do it, but I'm never going to ask you to do it because it feels very inauthentic. But what I will do, because I know it'll help more people, is if you did get any value from this, please share. If you feel like someone else you know will get value from it, you can directly share it to them, directly message it to them, however you want to share it. Or if one of my videos, this one or one of the ones in the future, is kind of funny or crazy or makes you laugh, it will brighten somebody's day, feel free to share it as well. The whole idea behind helping 100 million people is helping people in small ways as well as big ways, whether it's brightening their day or completely changing their life. That's the whole name of the game. So that is what I have for the YouTube fam out there. I'm going to, honest to God, answer some questions on Twitch and Facebook Live. So if you want to be part of that, you can always watch these videos live, and I will answer questions live as well. Until next time, guys, on YouTube, stay healthy and stay safe. I'll talk to you guys real soon. Bye.